Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Alberto Martellini. I'm the founder Institute Managing Director in Italy. I'm very glad to host this session today. We have quite amazing speaker, who I'm going to introduce shortly. This session is recorded and we'll post our video on YouTube. You will receive, if you register for the event, you will receive the recording. So if you have more questions, you can listen again and reach out to us. But without further ado, let me introduce the agenda for today. Hopefully, can you see my screen and has the slide moved?
Yes, we can see.
Brilliant, thank you. So we're going to talk about, if you're not familiar with the Founder Institute, who we are, what we do, and obviously what is about our program, specifically for Italy. We do have a talk with our entrepreneur in residence, with Massimilano Squillace. He's the CEO and founder of Contents.com. And he plays pretty important role in our accelerator. And then obviously we'll open up to questions and tell you a bit more about the next event. So Founder Institute, we are a global accelerator. We have been around for about the last 15 years. We are headquartered in the Silicon Valley, and we run about 200 programs per year across many markets and geographies. Today, we're going to speak about the Italian program, which is really integrated into our global ecosystem, and European partnership model, which I'm going to present shortly. We have graduated more than I think it's now almost 7,000 founders and startups during the last 15 years. We help them raise more than 2 billion. And as I said, we operate in multiple countries. Just submitted someone, sorry. I think one of our strengths is actually is that global network, both in terms of startups and courts, but perhaps more importantly about the network of mentors. We do have, I think the numbers change slightly now, more than 35,000 mentors, so it's a pretty large network, and mentors are a key part of our program. And we will tell you more about how they engage potentially with you if you decide to join us. And we do have as well an ecosystem of investors, which is quite interesting because it's connecting to our program based on the capabilities of our partner company. So just to understand it a bit further, let's start from the left, where these kind of what we call the enablers. These are basically our local team, in this case, the Italian team, who is in the call today, Giovanni, Ariona, myself, and Julian Asra as well. So we are basically those who run the program in Italy and who adjust and connect the global capabilities to the Italian market. And we do obviously collaborate with the successful Italian entrepreneurs like Massimiliano, who is helping us and help us during the program to customize our global best practices to the local nuances, in this case of the Italian market. And then we do have the startup ecosystems, with probably most of you on the call today. We do have 3 brands here. One is the Founder Institute Core Program, which is the one we're going to run in October this year, starting from the 21st of October, once and it lasts 14 weeks. So we'll finish about mid of January. After that, you will be able to join what we call the Founder Lab, which is another program which lasts a couple of months and help founders to structure a fundraising campaign. So the Founder Institute core program is run locally, and the Founder Lab is run by our colleagues in the Silicon Valley. So it's actually a global program run for our alumni. And then after that, you will be part of our FI Venture Network. This is a lifetime membership at no cost, and also the Founder Lab is no cost for you. We are also another brand in the building startup community. We are running a number of boot camps, which actually are very useful to prepare for the Founder Institute core program, and they focus on some specific topic. So we can send maybe later some of the boot camps we are running at the moment. It could be one specifically for validation. So the program is really tailored on validating your idea, but that's it. It's not an accelerator. It's just really an intensive training on that, or it could be like how you develop your MVP using AI. So we have quite a number of them. So we'll be sharing the link. And the last but not least, as I said before, we do have a group of investors who partner with us. And the way we connect to investors is part of them actually mentors in our program, but others as well are part of an accelerator called the VC Lab, which is run globally as well, and is designed to accelerate emerging investors and emerging venture capitalists. So we do have basically connection to them, and there I think from the previous slide you've seen about 1,000 also in this group. So it's a full ecosystem. We try to support as much as we can, and we're not the only one, obviously, and we collaborate with other accelerators. Sorry, these are probably the most known and global accelerator. Specifically for Italy, we do have. I'm sure they are. I know they are very valuable local accelerators as well. We tend to compare with the global ones because of our reach, but as well in Italy we collaborate with some of the local ones. So we're happy to discuss as well in detail if you are thinking about joining us, or you want to have a second opinion about which accelerator could better fit your use case and your needs. Please feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to provide some guidance. Just as information, we have within the FI core, FI accelerator program, we do have 3 tier, if I may say that. So one tier is a very early stage pre-seed, one tier is a seed stage, and one tier is for growth phase. So we cover, let's say, the full initial steps of the startup. So let's say from pre-seed to Series A. Again, if you have any question and you want to understand more where you are in your journey and how we can add value, feel free to reach out to us and we can have a call to discuss this in more details. Just want to make sure we do have any questions at the moment. Is anything on the chat? Unfortunately, I have a small screen today, so I can't see the chat, but Ariu and Giovanni, is any question from the audience?
Yeah, Massimiliano Squillace, okay, is going to be here. Okay, that's great.
Brilliant.
Okay,
And
no, not at the moment. Guys, any question? Welcome, Massimiliano. No, Alberto, I think we don't have a question.
We can go ahead. Cool. Right. So how our program works, basically. We're very much focused on the founder or the founders. We want to find great people, and we do that through our recruitment process, our referrals scheme, and we ask as well our founders, if you have applied already, you would probably done already kind of an assessment, which they kind of identify the type of profile you are and whether you're a good fit for our accelerator, and potentially our accelerator is a good fit for you. So we spend a lot of time in the recruitment, and yeah, therefore, if you join us, you have been kind of identified as a high potential for our program, and therefore, yeah, we hope you can stay within the program till the very end. Say that is a tough program. It requires a certain level of commitment. We do that for two reasons. One is obviously to be a startup founders is hard. So there's a lot of things and moving parts you need to deal with. And second, we want to as well see from you whether you can handle this level of stress and pressure that is required at the end of the day to be a successful founder. So as a local team, we try our best to support you during the program, but this is obviously about you and what you do. We don't ask to do things that are theoretical or they're not relevant to your startup. We really hands-on and trying to focus on the real program of the real problems you face on day-to-day basis. And we put you through this structured process. So there are 14 sprints we're going to share you shortly. And we really believe in mentorship and support. So we do have a platform that you can connect obviously anytime, and you can request support from us and from our mentors, who spend quite a bit of amount of time in working with you and arranging office hours to discuss specific challenges you may have. Here is our local group of mentors. We do have about 50 now mentors in Italy. As I said, more than 30,000 globally. Mentors are organized based on their background, their area of expertise. Also, they are ranked through our program by you and by other founders. So we have a continuous refinement of our mentors pipeline and mentors group. I have to say, having run already a program in Italy, that they are very, very supportive, and some of them, they became part of our team, and they keep helping us with adjusting our program to the needs of the founders. I think this is an important point. We want to make sure that all parts of our ecosystem are fully aligned with your success. And we do that through what we call the Equity Collective, which is basically the contract between you and us, and which guarantees basically is a lifetime support as we become part of your we become your shareholders, a small portion of your shareholding, and we do that because of this alignment. So we help you not only during the program but also after the program, we will get some upside from your success. This is a 2.5% equity through a warrant. You will see this as well on our website. It's clearly stated, and the way we share this 2.5% is 1% to the Founder Institute to maintain the program and the operating costs and so on and so forth. The 1% to the local team, who again want to drive your success, and the 0.5% to the mentors who become parts of your journey. And mentors, as I said, are not only ranked, but they also have they are tracked based on the support they give you. So more support they give you, more equity they have in your business, but still capped to the 2.5%. Again, if you want to learn more about this model, please reach out to us, or you check on the website. It's very clearly explained, and all the documentation is there as well. So I won't spend too much time on this slide, although as I touched most of the things already. Maybe the point I want to make here is that the time commitment is about 4 months. We start from the 21st of October. Every week you will have about 2-hour session with us, and we will present to a team, to a group of mentors, your startup, your pitch, and based on the sprints we've discussed in that session, or any problem, any challenges you may have, and you receive a score. So you will be every week, you will, under the kind of assessment, if you will, but that's obviously to help you to refine, to think about your strategy, about your needs. And if we do this for 14 weeks with just a small break, obviously during the holidays, the Christmas in December. So it's an intense one, but yeah, 4 months. And then after that, you will have, I think it's a couple of months now, the founder lab, which help you with the fundraising, and then you will become our global network. The founder lab is free, and the global network as well. So the only cost for you is the 2.15% equity in the program, and then the cost of the 400, 500, 600, depending on when you join. I think the next early discount date is the 14th of September. You get some 20% I think discount if you join by then. Okay, so let's start now probably on more the topic of today, which is obviously introduce the Founder Institute, but also why we think we will bring this value to you, and why we think well, we have been successful for the other 7,000 alumni in our network. So the reality is, as you know already, probably that 2/3 of startup never show a positive return. It's hard, it's our game out there, so you are playing with the odds. But yeah, that's one thing that this research by Harvard Business School identified, that a game changer is actually the support system, in particular the mentors and the mentorship, and that bring your odds in a much better light. So the number quite staggering here. So mentor startup have a 60% higher survival rates. And this is a research by the Journal of Entrepreneurship Education. And they are 50% more likely to receive funding, better profitability, and overall higher revenue increase. So we have built our accelerator around this principle. And in fact, during this 14-week program, we will try as much as we can to identify and put you on the spot in what we think and what we have seen are the main risks for your business. Just to give you an example, and I would love to as well shortly introduce Massimiliano, who is a real entrepreneur who has been founding a number of companies, and see how he perceived these challenges firsthand during his entrepreneurial journey. So very briefly, we have 14 sprints. As you can see, the first one obviously is orientation, is just an introduction to the accelerator, but then you will have all the components that obviously can make or break your business. And you know, starting from one of the key challenges, you know, how you avoid running out of cash and before your next funding round. And we do have a dedicated number of sessions about fundraising, about validation, whether your idea is strong enough, and you will be under the spot from investors and partners, again, to assess how strong is your idea, and more than your idea, how well you have validated your idea. Similarly, you know, you want to avoid, you know, the fact there's no real need for your product and services. So there's a lot of customer development discussion and practice for you during the program. How you manage your strategy to overcome competition. How do you assess your revenue model, which is a very interesting session. You discuss about your unit economics, how you make your money, how you maintain your profitability, and so on and so forth. And last but not least, obviously, how you manage your equity and cap table and legal documentation. So these are some of the things we have seen are kind of predictable risks. As you may already have launched your startup, you may be already a kind of a revenue generation business, but you haven't never thought about your vision, your mission, why they're important, how you reassess your customer needs, and so forth and so forth. So through the structured program, you will be asked to go back to your foundation of your business and build stronger foundation if you haven't done so already. But let's bring this to a bit more into practice. And I want to introduce Massimiliano, who's a founder and now CEO of contents.com. He has been a serial entrepreneur with 20 years of experience. He's Italian. I think he's based in Milan, one of the main locations he traveled to. But yeah, is part of our program and is our entrepreneur in residence introduced earlier. So Massimiliano, thank you very much for joining. First of all, can you hear me well? Are you on the call?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I know you are traveling as usual, I'd say, but yeah, that's great to have you here. Yeah, just maybe a bit of introduction about yourself, who you are, what you do, and then we can discuss a bit more about your experience as an entrepreneur.
Thanks a lot. So I take the stage now for 10 minutes. My name is Massimiliano Squillace. I'm the CEO and founder of contents.com. I'm partner in a couple of venture capital. I'm in my 40s and I've been doing this job for almost 20 years. I started my first company during my first year of university. I was 19, had no money, no connection, no experience, just pure conviction that I could build something meaningful. And 3 years later, that became my first exit. And I have had 4 exits in my career. And when I saw, for example, nano publishing to the American company Excite, and each exit taught me something different. The first one, for example, told me that timing is everything. The second told me that the team matters more than product. The third told me that distribution beats features. And the fourth told me that conviction beats everything else. After my last exit 10 years ago, when I sold OLX to Naspers for 80 millions, I took a sabbatical where I invested in many companies, almost 50 startups. But, I realized during those years as an investor, I have much more impact and even much more fun in building companies than investing in them. Investing is like watching a movie from the audience. Building is like being the director, the actor, the producer, and even writing the script all at once. And I like be 100% in the execution, working with teams, learning, studying new things. My goal is simple but ambitious: to make human life better with technology, and not just better, but dramatically better. So this is me, and I promised to myself that Contents is my last one. I will retire after Contents, and happy to be with you today. And after this small introduction, if Alberto, do you agree that I can go ahead with Yeah, thanks. So I want to share with you 12 rules that I've tested in 20 years, the entrepreneur path that you can see on the slide, on the chart. These are not theories from business school. These are scars and wins from the real world. Every single rule comes from a mistake I made, a success I had, or a pattern I noticed across dozens of companies I've built or invested in. So first one, solve a problem. Solve a problem. This is basic, but it's simple. But most founders get it wrong. And solve a real problem that people are willing to pay for. Don't fall in love with your solution. Fall in love with the problem. I've seen too many founders who fall in love with their amazing technology that nobody wants. So if you don't solve a problem that people wake up at night thinking about, that they are actively search for solution for, that they are willing to pay money to solve, you have already failed before you ever started. This is the biggest rule, solve a problem. The second one is build relationships, network, travel. You know, business is about people, not products. Relationships are everything. Travel, meet people, go to conferences, have a coffee with strangers. Your next co-founder, your first customer, or your investor could be around the corner. I found my lead investor for Contents Series B, Thomson Reuters Venture, in a coffee break in Silicon Valley, just chatting with no pre-booked meeting or no organization. So, I do remember I found my co-founder for my third company at a random coffee shop in Berlin. I almost didn't go to that conference. I was tired, no money. I had work to do, but I went anyway. And that decision changed my life. That company became one of my most successful exits 4 years later. So networking is not selling, it's a long-term investment in people. Don't network when you need something, network when you have something to give. The next rule is about execution. Strong team beats strong idea, always. This is hard for many founders to accept, but your idea is not important. I've seen teams with brilliant ideas fail, and excellent teams with normal ideas create unicorns. Team is everything. Think about WhatsApp, the messaging app. They did not invent anything. It was only great execution. In my first company, I thought I was the smartest person in the room, hired people who were less experienced than me. I was 20 because I wanted to feel important. Big mistake. The company struggled for 2 years because I was the bottleneck for everything. In Contents, I hired people who were much better than me at what they did. My CTO was and is a great CTO from AWS. My head of sales was a better salesperson than me. My head of marketing understood digital marketing better than me. Contents had the fastest growth I ever had in my life, from 0 to 10 million ARR in less than 3 years. So surround yourself with people who are better than you and what they do. Your ego doesn't build companies, people do. The next rule is prepare your market for a big company, a multinational, a corporate. From day one, think you are going to sell to Google, Microsoft, or Amazon. This is not about being arrogant. This is about being prepared. Examples: how do you structure your code? How do you organize your data? How do you build your processes? How do you handle privacy and security? At the beginning of a company, we never think about privacy and security. Or how do you scale your infrastructure? These decisions matter from day one. When Amazon wanted to acquire one of the company I invested in, the due diligence took only 3 weeks instead of 6 months, 8 months. Why? Because the founder had built everything thinking they would eventually need to integrate with a large company. Clean code, proper documentation, scalable architecture, clear data ownership. If you think small, you stay small. If you think big from the beginning, when the opportunity comes, you are ready to grab it. Next one is don't be afraid to copy. One of my favorite. Innovation doesn't mean reinventing the wheel every time. Copy what works, improve what doesn't work. This is probably the most controversial thing I'll say today, but originality is overrated. Ideas are overrated. Execution is everything. Let's come back to WhatsApp. They are the perfect example. They didn't invent anything. There were dozens of apps to send messages over the internet. ICQ, Messenger, Skype, Viber, and many others. But they all worked badly. They were slow, unreliable, too complicated. WhatsApp did perfect execution. Simple interface, reliable delivery, works on every phone. There were only 15 engineers and they sold for 19 billion to Facebook, more than 1 billion per employee. This is crazy. So not because they're inventing something new, but because they executed something existing much better than anyone else. So the difference is in the execution, not being original. Don't be original for sake of being original. Be better, just better. Don't fall in love with your company. I'm from Italy, and this is a great problem in Southern Europe. This is hard to accept, but your company is not your child. It's a tool to reach a goal. Many founders develop emotional attachment to their company that prevents them from making rational decisions. If an offer comes and lets you realize your vision faster with more resources, consider it. Sometimes selling your company is the best way to achieve your mission, or let your company fail if it's not working. So your mission should be bigger than your ownership. Think big, see the future, be ambitious. Think about where the world will be in 5 years, not where it is today. So surf the wave at the beginning, not at the end. The biggest opportunities come from seeing trends before they become obvious to everyone else. When I started my first company, iPhone didn't exist, YouTube didn't exist, social media was at the beginning, cloud computer was a science fiction. When I started contents.com, AI was something only the researchers talk about. Now it's everywhere in just 3 years. So the companies that win are not the ones that respond to today's market. They are the ones that anticipate tomorrow's market. They build for the world that's coming, not the world that exists today. So please, study trends, read papers, talk to people building the future, position yourself where the world is going, not where it is. Next one is not easy to understand, but please spend money faster after a round. Money in the bank doesn't create value. Execution creates value. That's it. So when you close a round, you have 18, 24 months to prove you deserve the next one. Money not spent is an opportunity lost. So spend it wisely, of course, but spend it fast. Think global from day one and act local. Your market is the world, not just your country. But start where you are. The internet has made global reach possible for every company, but you still need to understand your local markets deeply. We have a lot of examples, but I don't wanna take too much time. So build your product so it can work globally. Think about languages, currencies, local regulation, cultural differences from day one. It's much harder to globalize later than build global from the beginning. Conviction that, well, as a founder, if you don't believe 100% in what you are doing, why should others? Conviction is contagious. It spreads your team, your customers, your investors. Conviction is what makes you wake up at 5 a.m. when everything goes wrong. It's what makes you keep going when everyone tells you to quit. It's what convinces the investor to write a check, the customer to buy your product, the employee to join your mission. Knowledge and curiosity. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. The world changes every day. Technology evolves, markets transform, customer needs shift. If you stop being curious, you become irrelevant. So try new tools, new methods, new approaches, fail fast and learn faster. Knowledge is the only sustainable competitive advantage, your moat in a world where everything else can be copied. Last one, it's not easy, but don't be afraid to break. So the last rule is to including the ones I just gave you. Airbnb, Uber, they are perfect examples of this, of disruption. They were born both in gray areas, even from a legal point of view. They challenged existing regulation and changed the entire industry. People say they would never work. Regulators try to shut them down. Traditional players fought them. But they kept building, kept growing, kept proving that their way was better than the traditional one. They didn't ask for permission. They built the future and forced the world to adapt it. So these 12 rules brought me for exit and are guiding me today in building contents or investing in other companies. They are not magic recipes, of course, but they are principles tested in the real world. So thanks a lot, and the world needs what you are building. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Massimiliano. Thank you so much. I think you know, you with your experience and your practical roles, you're giving definitely some very valuable feedback for anyone who wants to develop their startup and pursue a career in entrepreneurship. So thank you so much, and thanks for doing this as well. Massimiliano is really contributing, giving back to the Italian, I would say, global innovation ecosystem, and is one of our mentors as well. In fact, before I just check as well, if anyone has a question, I want to ask a quick one to you, Massi. How important, or have you been, obviously you're a mentor now, you're an investor, successful entrepreneur, but what is your view of being, and what is your experience of being a mentor? Is there any like secret sauce in the way you mentor startups, and you have received amazing feedback as you have done in the previous course with us? So anything that you can share on that topic, on mentorship and the importance of mentorship in driving innovation?
Well, guys, I won't tell you what to do, but what not to do. This is the secret. This is the secret, because I realized that founders, we do always the same mistakes. So I will tell you what not to do.
Yeah. And that's a critical point in that set of stats we have seen before, right? And why mentored startup, they have higher success rates. Don't do the same mistake all over again. It's enough difficult there. So you don't want to complicate your life even further.
Yeah.
So that's why the value is. And and thanks to this kind of interaction with mentors, like obviously Massimiliano is an exceptional one. But everyone will bring something from their experience as an entrepreneur and as a professional, so that they will definitely add value to your journey. So I think that we have a chance. We have about 10 minutes if you want. But yeah, any question for Massi or any comments?
I'm so sorry, my connection is not so good. I'm with a mobile now. I'm outside Europe, and I'm sorry. I hope you can hear me well.
We can, Massi. If you have to drop, if you drop, yeah, you can. And just a quick round maybe of questions. If anyone has a question for Massi before we let him go. I can't see the chat, so Giovanni, Ariona, if you see any comments, if anyone wants to as well, raise your hand and ask your questions as well directly.
Yeah, I don't see any question at the moment.
Okay. And if you feel you have more questions, just reach out to us. But yeah, thank you so much, Massi. It's been a pleasure as usual. I hope you have a safe journey.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
We'll catch up again soon. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Massimiliano.
Awesome. So I'll move to the next few things. We already discussed this extensively. Just four things that you may want to think when you join our program is build those the resistance to some sort of stressors and the resistance in terms of determination to run this through 14 weeks. You may, as Massi said, you may find a partner in our program. You may find your next investor. So it is not only an opportunity to further develop your business, but really to network. And then obviously mentors will share, and we help you defining the vision that is so important, as Massi said, in terms of not thinking about what the current market needs are, but thinking about the future, how you see your future, how you engage your potential first employees in your journey. Sometimes you can't really pay them, or you can't fully pay them. You need to sell that vision. You need to share that vision. So that's a very important aspect. Resilience, similar to determination and adaptability. You might see from our program, one of the output could be, okay, I haven't validated the idea. I'll pivot, I'll do something else, and get back to the program in the next cohort. That happens, it's fine. We don't want to waste your time, your money, if the idea is not right, if you don't have done the right validation. So that's absolutely fine. So these are the few things we're looking to reinforce in our entrepreneurs. So if you are thinking joining us, you can join directly online. We have early deadline on by the 14th of September for less than 500 euros. Otherwise, it would be 100 euros more. Please don't let this. It's a small amount of money. You may find as well a sponsor for this. Don't let this opportunity to block for just a few hundred euros. I don't think that's reasonable to do it. We obviously have to charge to maintain our platform and our team, but that's the minimal amount. We are not government sponsored, so we're not one of the government university program. And the benefits again is we have skin in the game with you. We play this game with you, not just during the program. After the program, we'll follow up because we want you to succeed. If you succeed, we will succeed. So that's very black and white, if I may say that. But yeah, it's a very important thing. Here is our contacts. 5 people in Italy. You can reach out to us. Feel free to connect to us. If you have any other questions, join as well our LinkedIn group. I don't know, Giovanni or you can put the link into the chat. Probably it's easier rather than take from the screen.
I will.
Thank you. And we do have other events coming up very soon. The next one is with our partner. We're talking about SAFE, how you can raise easily, even in Italy now, SAFE is available. And Portolano, who is a legal partner, has translated it to Italian. It's freely available on their website. So you shouldn't have any cost. What you want to have any cost, and it's a really standard format. We'll talk about with Antonia, who is a partner of Portolano. She's been really supportive with the Italian ecosystem. Again, she's part of our partners. She's our partner for the legal mothers, and she will be one of the mentors in our programs. You may want to use some free advice during our program. It's not very often that solicitor and lawyers give something for free, so you may have the opportunity to do that during our program. That's all about from me. I don't know, Giovanni or Iona, feel free to anything I missed or any other questions before we close the call.
No, just a comment. A very good speech from Massimiliano testifying the quality of our mentors and our mentorship. So I invite you to join Discord, especially for this kind of value. So the opportunity to connect with those kind of mentors who are also entrepreneur and serial entrepreneur like Massimiliano. So it's a good opportunity.
It's a great point. Yeah, you can spend weekly 30 minutes, 15 minutes call with one of them for 14 weeks. That's pretty a lot of value there to have this opportunity. Plus, obviously, the 2 hours we spend together and mentors in the weekly calls. Great point, Giovanni. Thank you. And Ariona, anything from you?
Yes, thank you, Alberto, for all the information on Founder Institute. And we would love to see new founders joining us. And now I see that we only have Simona in our call. So if you have any questions, feel free to always contact us. I think you have our details. And also Massimiliano's speech was really great. And we're very grateful to have him also as part of our network of mentors. So yeah.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Ariona. And thanks to Simona for holding with us till the very end. As Ariona said, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. This is the time to ask. If you're thinking about joining our program or any other program, we are happy to give you some guidance.
Thank you. I will send some questions just in case. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to you. And thank you, everyone. I'll close the recording and have a good rest of the evening.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.